Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today we will proceed with our lecture on chapter 3. Chapter 3 is random variable, probability distribution and mathematical expectation. Okay, so under chapter 3 there are three main topics. First, we will go through the introduction about random variable. Okay, so random variable is, I believe it is something new for you all because you never learn about this yet. Okay, and then we will continue with probability distribution. Okay, probability distribution of a random variable, and the third subtopic is mathematical expectation. Okay, so this chapter basically we will divide it into two, discrete and continuous variable. Okay, we will discuss for discrete variable and also continuous variable. Okay, so the first part of this chapter we will discuss the discrete variable first. Okay, so first of all is we want to understand what is random variable. So random variable is a function that associates a real number with each element in the sample space. And random variable is a numerical description of the outcome of the experiment. Right, so kita tengok contoh example 1. Let's say we have the experiment of tossing 2 coins. Okay, so each coin we will get the possible outcome is either head or tail. Okay, so from tossing 2 coins we will have outcome of a pair of head and tail lah. Okay, so either sample space or the possible outcome is either both head, first one head, second tail, first coin tail, second head, or both tail. Okay, so how to get the sample space? For this one, you can actually draw a simple tree diagram to get the possible outcome, right? So let's say okay, so how to get the possible outcome? Ini saya nak describe the experiment using the tree diagram. Okay, so for the first coin, we can get the outcome either head or tail. Okay, and also for the second coin, given that the first coin is head or tail, so the second coin also we can get either head or tail. Okay, so the possible outcome of tossing 2 coins is either 2 head, first head, second tail, first tail, second head, or 2 tail. Okay, so this is how we get the list of the possible outcome, right? So random variable will be the numerical description of the outcome. Okay, so kalau eksperimen biasa kita nak tengok the probability, maybe we want to study the probability or the possibility we will get head, or possibility that we will get tail as the outcome. Okay, so when we want to study the random variable, we want to denote the outcome as random variable, we must associate the outcome with a number. Okay, or we describe the outcome with a number. Okay, so let's say in this case, let's say the random variable that we want to consider is x. So x is the number of tail. Okay, we want to study the number of tail. Okay, so in this experiment, the number of tail that we could get is either 0, 0 tail. Okay, if you get both head, so meaning that it's 0 tail lah, right? And then 1 tail, HT, 1 tail, or 2 tail. Okay, so both head we got 0 tail, HT or TH we got 1 tail, and TT we got 2 tail. So the possible number of tail that we will get from this experiment is either 0, 1, or 2. So the sample space, the possible value of x, okay, the sample space, the possible value of x is either 0, 1, or 2. Right? So boleh nampak random variable, we want to associate the outcome with number. Okay, ataupun we describe the outcome with number. Okay, instead of calculating probability, we will get the first coin is head, or probability both coin is both coin show head. Okay, so instead of that, we want to study ataupun outcome tu kita nak tengok dia as number. Okay, so instead of looking at the outcome is tail, kita nak tengok berapa number of tail. So yang tu dia jadi random variable. Okay. So contoh lain, eksperimen lain yang kita boleh associate with the outcome as random variable. Contoh, the experiment we observe cars passing a checkpoint. Okay, so the random variable we want to consider, it can be anything lah. So ini just example. So let's say we want to consider the random variable is the number of car passing the checkpoint. So either 0 car, 1 car, 2 cars, and so on. So dia tak ada limit dia lah. Okay, they start with 0. 0 means no car pass that checkpoint, and the upper limit tu is infinity lah. Okay. The second one, the experiment is we inspect 30 calculators. Okay, we inspect 30 calculators. So, and then kita nak tengok random variable that we want to consider is the number of defective calculators. Okay, we inspect 30 and we want to study the number of defective calculators. Okay, so the possible value of random variable, possible value of the defective calculators, or possible number of the defective calculators is either 0, 1, 2, 3 sampai 30 lah, because we inspect 30 calculators, so paling banyak pun 30 defective, meaning that all the calculators are defective. Okay, the next experiment, let's say we toss 2 coins. Okay, macam tadi juga, cuma example yang tadi tu toss 2 coins and then we want to study the number of tail. Okay, so yang ni kita nak study the number of head. Samalah, dia punya eksperimen dia sama, cuma random variable yang we want to consider tu is number of head. So outcome dia pun, possible outcome dia pun samalah, number of head either 0 head, 1 head, or 2 head. because we toss 2 coins. Okay, we toss 2 coins. It is impossible that we will get more than 2 hit lah. Okay. And then the next experiment, we inspect 30 radios for defective one. Okay, so sama macam tadi calculator tu, we inspect 30 radios. So number of defective radio could be either 0, 1, 2 sampai paling banyak pun 70 lah. Ini maksudnya the possible outcome. Okay, the sample space ataupun the possible outcome or possible number of defective radio that we can get from the experiment, right? So random variable ada dua, discrete and continuous. Okay, discrete random variable and continuous random variable. So discrete and continuous ni, hopefully you all still ingat lah from what you have learned in STA 111. Okay, you learn about the type of variable, ada discrete and quantitative variable, ada discrete and continuous. So discrete refer to the variable that we can count, okay, or variable that we can express as whole number. Continuous variable, the opposite lah, we cannot count but measurable, we can measure it, right? So for example, discrete random variable, number of car, number of house. Okay, kalau number of ni kita boleh kira lah, number of car, number of house, number of fish, number of complaints, number of customer, number of head obtained, okay, when we toss coins. So this is examples of discrete random variable. For continuous random variable, continuous ni variable that uncountable but it is measurable, yang kita kena measure. For example, the length, okay, the time, the amount of milk in gallon, okay, the weight, the price. Okay, so this is example of continuous random variable. Right, so for the first part of this chapter, we will discuss the discrete random variable first. Okay. So a function used to represent the probabilities of discrete random variable is called the discrete probability distribution. Okay, so other term used for discrete probability distribution are discrete probability function, discrete probability density function, discrete frequency function, and discrete probability mass function. Ada banyak lah, kalau you refer to different books, they may use different terms. Okay, so untuk our course, our class ni, I will use the probability, I will use probability distribution function ataupun PDF. Okay, so you must know lah, later if I mention PDF, meanings that it is probability distribution function. Okay. Okay, so a discrete probability distribution function will meet all these properties. Okay, so this is the properties of discrete random variable or discrete probability distribution function. Okay, the first properties is the total probability is sorry, not total probability. The first one is probability of x equal to x greater than or equal to 0, meaning that it cannot be negative lah. Okay, and the second one, the total probability equal to 1. Okay, so yang ni konsep yang basic lah. Okay, when we learn probability, basic dia is total probability mesti equal to 1. So ini total probability. The first one is the probability of the random variable of the each value of the random variable mesti greater than or equal to 0 or cannot be negative. Okay. The third one, probability x equal to x equal to fx. Okay, so yang ni dia punya notation dia lah. Notation dia, kalau you refer pada buku pun, sometimes they use P as the notation and sometimes they use F as the notation of the PDF, the probability distribution function. Okay, so contoh katalah probability x equal to 2, we can also write it as F2. Okay, F2. So maksud dia sama lah. F2 ni maksudnya probability x equal to 2. Right? You can write it as P and also can write it as F. Okay. Let's discuss the next example. Okay, so this experiment, okay, we want to consider experiment of tossing 4 coins. Okay, 4 coins. Right, 4 coins. So each of the coin, we will get each of the coin, the possible outcome is either head or tail. So if we toss 4 coins, the total number of possible outcome is what? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 lah. Okay, ada 16 possible outcome. Okay, because we toss 4 coins, right? Find the probability distribution for the number of head. Okay, so the variable that we want to consider here, katalah x. Okay, so random variable ni kita denote as capital letter. You can use any letter, tak kisahlah, A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so let's say I use x. So random variable that we want to consider here is x2 is the number of head, right? Okay. And then we want to calculate the probability of getting 2 heads and calculate the probability of getting at least 2 heads. So first of all, we must find the probability distribution for the number of head. So to find the probability distribution, so we need to identify the possible outcome lah. Okay, so untuk dapat possible outcome tu kita boleh guna approach macam tadi. We use the tree diagram approach. Okay, ataupun you nak guna approach lain pun boleh juga. Okay, so ini saya tunjuk macam mana nak dapat the possible outcome using tree diagram. Okay, so first before that, kalau kita fikir logik lah kan, kalau kita fikir logik tak payah guna tree diagram pun kita boleh tahu the possible number of head. Kalau kita toss 4 coins, number of head yang kita boleh dapat is either zero head, 1 head, 2 head, 3 head or paling banyak 4 heads lah, because we toss 4 coins. Okay, so ini kita fikir logik pun kita dah tahulah the possible number of heads is either 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4. So untuk dapat probability distribution, we need to identify the probability of each of the outcome. Berapa probability we will get number of head 0? Berapa probability we will get x equal to 1. Berapa probability x equal to 2, x equal to 3 and x equal to 4. So we need to find all the probability of x. Okay, so baru kita dapat the complete probability distribution for this experiment. Okay, so untuk dapat probability tu, one of the approach we use the tree diagram. Okay, so tree diagram dia besar sikit lah. Ada 4 coins kan, dia ada banyak branches. First coin either head or tail, and then second coin also either head or tail. Sorry. Padam dulu. Okay, second coin also either head or tail. Then third coin, head or tail. Dia dah sampai macam tu head or tail. Third coin. And then fourth coin. The fourth coin pun sama, outcome dia either head or tail. Okay, dah ke bawah. Hopefully you all boleh nampak lah ni. Head or tail. This one also head or tail. And head or tail. Okay. Okay, so the possible outcome here is 4 head. Head. This one. This one head, tail, head, head, tail, tail, head, tail, tail, head, tail, tail. Okay. Tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, okay. Tail, head, tail, head, tail. What's this? Tail, head, and then tail, head, tail, sorry, tail, head, and all tail. Okay, so the x that we want to consider tadi is number of head. Okay, so number of head. So from the first outcome, kita ada kat sini 4 heads. This one 3 heads, 3 heads, 2 heads, 3 heads, 2, 1 head, 3 heads, 2 heads, 2 heads, 1 head, 2 heads, 1 and 0 head. Okay, so kita ada, so probability dia, kita ada 4 possible value of x. Okay, the 4 possible value of the number of head, x0, x1, x2, x3 and x4. Okay, So total outcome, the number of outcome semua sekali kat sini ada 16 possible outcome. So probability dia untuk number of head equal to 0 ada satu outcome je dekat bawah ni, the last outcome. So probability x equal to 0 is 1 over 16. Probability x equal to 1, so we count lah the number of outcome with x equal to 1. Ada 4 possible outcome, so probability dia 4 over 16. Probability x equal to 2 ada 2 ada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so ada 6 possible outcome. So probability x equal to 2, 6 over 16. And probability x equal to 3, ada 4 possible outcome. So 4 over 16. And the last one, x equal to 4, ada 1 possible outcome just, so 1 over 16. Okay, so this is the probability distribution of number of head when we toss 4 coins. Okay, or the probability distribution we can also present it as table. Okay, probability distribution table. Untuk discrete lah, untuk discrete we can present the probability distribution in the form of table. Okay, so kalau kita nak buat table dia macam ni lah. Table, and then kita ada x, and the probability lah, x equal to x. So x, the value of x either 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4. So probability dia tadi x equal to 0, 1 over 16, 4 over 16, 6 over 16, 4 over 16 and 1 over 16. Okay, and the total probability mesti equal to 1. Okay, kalau you tambah semua probability mesti equal to 1. So maksudnya your probability distribution tu is correct lah. Okay, so this is the probability distribution of number of head, right? So bila kita dah ada probability distribution ni, kita nak calculate the probability, apa-apa pun probability, senang lah. Okay, contoh question A, we want to calculate the probability of getting 2 head. Okay, so lagi satu, in this chapter or when we learn probability ni, you must also know how to write down the probability notation. Px equal to what, or equal ke, less than. Okay, the equal or unequality sign tu, you must read the question or the statement carefully and identify whether probability yang kita nak cari tu is equal ke, less than or greater than, less than and equal ke, or greater than and equal. Okay, kena baca betul-betul lah statement dia. So untuk question A, calculate the probability of getting 2 heads. Okay, meaning that we want to calculate the probability of getting exactly 2 head, x equal to 2. So x equal to 2 kita dah ada kat sini kan, from the distribution equal to 6 over 16. Okay, so ini you can simplify the fraction ataupun convert dia to decimal pun boleh, tak kisah. Right, question B, calculate the probability of getting at least 2 head. Okay, so at least, macam mana dia punya notation? So probability number of head at least 2. At least maksudnya greater than and equal to 2. So greater than and equal to 2 maksudnya F2 plus F3 plus F4 lah. At least 2 maksudnya paling sikit 2, so boleh 2, 3 or 4, more than 2 pun boleh. Okay, alright, so plus 6 over 16 plus 4 over 16 plus 1 over 16, so kita dapat 11 over 16 probability at least 2 heads, right? Okay, so the next example. Okay, so this is cara lain. We want to write down the probability distribution function. Okay, the fx tu ini cara lain kita boleh tulis dia lah. Boleh tulis dia as a mathematical function. Okay, so dalam soalan ni we are given the PDF x equal to c times 3 minus x square for x. The possible value of x is -1, 0 and 1. So ada three possible value of x. Okay. So the possible value of x ada only three. -1, 0 and 1. Meaning that for other value of x or elsewhere, okay, the probability is 0. Okay. So kita nak cari C, find the constant C. So untuk soalan macam ni kita nak cari constant, we will use the properties yang total probability equal to 1. Okay, so kita guna properties total probability equal to 1 ataupun kita boleh tulis dia as fx lah. Okay, the probability notation boleh tulis as P or as F. Total probability equal to 1. Okay. So we total up the probability. Ada three value of x. Maksudnya F -1 plus F0 plus F1 equal to 1. F -1 maksudnya we substitute -1 dekat tempat x lah. Okay, so C times 3 minus -1 square 1 plus C times 3 minus 0 square 0 plus C times 3 minus 1 square 1 equal to 1. Okay, so 2C plus 3C plus 2C equal to 1. So kita boleh dapatlah the value of C. C equal to 1 over 7. Okay. So kalau you tengok soalan pasal this question ni, find the constant ni selalu juga ditanya. Right. Okay, so ni ada soalan exercise. You can try out later the exercises. And we will discuss this question later on. Okay.